One person has reportedly died during renewed violence in the Syrian capital, Damascus. Protesters say they were shot at near a mosque on Saturday morning. They also accuse government forces of storming the building after people ran inside for safety. An activist says he filmed this footage after the attack. Well, because of the restrictions on reporting from Syria, our correspondent Nisreen El-Shamaili joins us live now from the border with Jordan. Nisreen, what more do we know about the storming of this mosque in the capital, Damascus?
Darren, we do know that there was a group of protesters at dawn on Saturday night in Kafr Sousa across from the mosque. Troops immediately opened fire on them, and then they all tried to run to the closest mosque, which is the Rifai mosque. One of them was already injured. He's the one who was killed in this attack. Troops then managed to storm into the mosque from the upper level and opened fire on worshippers there. And as I mentioned, one man was killed as he was running towards the mosque, and at least 20 people have been injured in the attack, according to activists. Now, we also heard that the imam of the mosque was among the people who were injured. He is 80 years old and his name is Usama Rifai, and he is now hospitalized. We also heard from activists that the troops that stormed into the mosque completely ransacked the place, breaking glass windows and destroying air conditioning units, arresting 150 people and even desecrating the Quran, which is the Muslim holy book. And this is a huge offense to all Muslims around the world. We also heard that the worshippers were trapped inside the mosque for a long time by the troops that surrounded the mosque. So their families and relatives decided to hold a protest in condemnation of this attack on Kafr Sousa Square. Troops immediately opened fire on them and dispersed them with tear gas and threatened to kill anybody who was trying to film and watch the attacks from their balconies in the neighborhood. We also heard that the neighborhood, there's another mosque there called the Khuzama ibn Thabit, and immediately after the attack on a Rifai mosque, troops stormed to the nearby mosque and arrested everybody there who was praying, except for elderly people and women and children.
Nisreen, just briefly, what more have you been hearing there about other protests outside the capital?
Well, lots of Syrians have taken to the streets to condemn this attack on Saturday that happened basically on the 27th day of Ramadan. It's one of the, if not the holiest day of the year. It's called Laylatul Qadr, where Muslims spend the entire night and early mornings, early hours of the dawn praying and worshipping. So there were several protests that took place in Damascus against this attack, in Homs as well, and in Rifai, Damascus Governorate, which is just outside Damascus. We've also heard that on Friday night there was a protest in Dar'a where 2,000 to 2,500 people were surrounded by troops there in the district of Nimr, and they were surrounded by tanks as well. And we heard that there was gunfire, but we were not able to confirm if there were casualties in this attack in Dar'a. We also heard in Hama, in Abi Fida Street alone, hundreds of people were arrested. There's an intense arrest campaign that is ongoing into Friday, and as well in Douma and Harasta. Those are neighborhoods in Damascus that have come under attack in the last couple of days by Syrian troops. The communications and phone lines there are still cut off.
All right, Nisreen, thank you very much.